The Raptors take on the Celtics, Game 6, and that's going to be a 6:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Boston's up 3-2 in the series, and they can advance with a victory here tonight. The Celtics are the 3-point favorite, totals 210, juice to the under. The Raptors are plus $1.25 for an outright win. And if you like Toronto to cover the point spread, they're minus $1.18, catching the 3. We're 9-0 with a push in our last 10 extra daily picks on patreon.com/BrockPage. Access to those picks is just $2.99. We're also hitting at 75% in our last 8 daily best plays on that site as well. And that package costs just $1.99. For more information on how you can join in on the action, a link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, the Celtics have failed to cover the point spread in 5 out of their last 6 the Raptors have failed to cover the point spread in 5 out of their last 6 meetings with the Celtics. They've also failed to cover the number in 5 out of their last 8 playoff games. And they might have to go to work tonight without Serge Ibaka, who's been listed as questionable with an ankle. Now, the Raptors have really been stifled offensively by the Celtics, averaging just 97 points per contest in the series. The Raptors rank in the bottom 10 in the league in offensive field goal percentage, bottom 10 in defensive rebounding. They've won just 4 out of their last dozen head-to-head meetings with Boston. They also failed to cover the number in 7 out of their last 10 meetings with the Celtics as well. And speaking of Boston, they've won 7 out of their last 9 playoff games, covering the number in 78% of those contests. The Celtics covered nearly 70% of their ball games away from their home court this season, and they rank in the top 5 in free throw percentage. Jason Tatum scoring 24 points a night in the playoffs, 9 rebounds, 3 assists for Tatum. Kemba Walker's also scoring 22 points a game in the postseason, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for Kemba. And Jaylen Brown finds himself averaging 20 playoff points a game, 7 rebounds, couple assists for Brown. Now, the Celtics are in the top 10 in offensive rebounding, top 3 in defensive field goal percentage. The Celtics are allowing just 106 points per contest for the entire season. They're 11-3 straight up in their last 14 games, 9-2 straight up against the Atlantic Division in their last 11 against the Atlantic Division. They're in the top 10 in defensive rebounding, top 3 in defending the 3-ball. Now, total-wise, Boston's last 7 straight games all stayed under the posted total. 8 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with Toronto also stayed under the line. Meanwhile, the Raptors on the other side saw 7 out of their last 8 stay under the number themselves. Give me the Boston Celtics -3 and the under 210 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Wednesday's NBA playoff basketball action. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. We're halfway there and the weekend is already just right around the corner. Now, before we go ahead and move on with the free content here on YouTube, I just have to quickly remind you once again that we are 9-0 with a push in our last 10 extra daily picks on patreon.com/BrockPage. That membership costs just $2.99. We're also currently 6-2 in our last 8 daily best play tier package picks on that website as well. And that membership costs just $1.99. For more information on how you can join in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And moving on, we're going to take a look at the Clippers Nuggets Game 4. 9 p.m. Eastern tip-off in the bubble. The Clippers are up 2-1 in the series. They're also the 8.5-point favorite with the total at 220 and a hook. The Nuggets are plus 320 for some money line cash. And if you like Denver to cover the number here, they're minus $1.20, catching the 8.5.